in this problem we're looking at the abortion rate, which we can see has been decreasing since 2002 up to 2007. And in part A we're asked to find the average rate of change from 2002 to 2007, then explain what the answer means in the context of the problem. So we're first going to point out the 2 years that we're interested in. So there they are, 2002, 2007. And now the question is, do we want percent per year or year per percent? Well, it doesn't really make sense to do year per percent. That's just not something that we do. Now, that doesn't mean we can't do it. It just means that it just is probably not the type of interpretation that we want. So we're going to cross that one out. We want percent per year. And so on top I'll have my percent, which 1.95 to minus 2.05. Now notice that that's going to ensure that I get a negative number, which will be negative, let's see, what is that, 0.1. And I want that to be negative because as time moves forward, or moves positively, this is actually decreasing on average. And this is 2007, the 2007 number minus the 2002 number, which is across the span of 5 years. So we divide that, but before we divide it, we're going to try to add some units here. This is negative 0.1%, and this is 5 years. So I just label it percent and year, and that gives me a decrease of 0.02% per year. So we'll say that the abortion rate on average decreased by 0.02% per year. Now don't let this throw you off. This is actually a percentage itself. It's just a very, very small percentage. So all of these numbers are already percentages, meaning that you never have to move the decimal place over because it's already 0.02 people per 100 people, which is of course a very, very small decrease on average, but it is a decrease. Part B, same type of idea. Find the average rate of change from 2003 to 2005. So we're kind of squeezing in now, if you want to think about it that way. And we've gone to 1.94 minus, we started at 2.02, and we did this in 2 years. So I will write the difference there, which is negative 0.08 divided by 2. Now again, this is still percent and this is still years, so we get negative 0.04% per year. Without writing the sentence, you can kind of fill in the number here. On average, the abortion rate on average decreased by 0.02% per year. And I suppose we should specify between the years that we're talking about. So on this one it was 2002 to 2007. And for part C, nothing much that's different here except that we're looking at the average rate of change from 2005 to 2006. So I'll come back up here and do this, and we see that it's gone to 1.99, so it's actually increased from 1.94. And we've gone to the year 2006 from the year 2005, and we see that that's a increase of 0.05. Well, what is that? Is that years or percent? Well, it's percent, and that's per 1 year. So we don't actually need to do any division here. We actually have an increase of 0.05% per year. So depending on who you are, you can really lie with this data to kind of get a point across that is of your liking. And then in letter D, give a possible real-world reason for the value you found in part D. Answers will vary. I suppose this should be in part C. And, well, it's really hard to say why it went up. It could have just have been that populations have changed. Maybe pregnancy rates have gone down altogether, and so you still have about the same number of people getting abortions every year. It's hard to say without doing a lot of in-depth research, but you can certainly speculate.